Can AI solve a murder mystery? How did this technology unravel the truth behind a complex case? To find the answer, you'll have to watch the entire video. When we were children, we used to write essays in exams on the topic, "Is science a blessing or a curse?" Today, AI seems to dominate the internet. Has this technology been good or bad for us? Just like those childhood essays, there are plenty of arguments both for and against it. Similarly, in the murder mystery we are going to discuss today, AI played a major role in solving the case. In fact, it wouldn't be wrong to say that because of AI, the real murderer was caught after 25 years.
In this case, everything was clear. Who the killer was, the motive behind the murder, and the method used. The only thing unknown was where the killer was. Today, we will talk about the murder case of Ranjini and her twin infants from Kerala. On February 10, 2006, Santoma went to the local government office to collect the birth certificates of her granddaughters. At that time, a woman came to meet Ranjini. The moment she entered the house, a piercing scream was heard. She rushed out in shock, her face drained of blood, her eyes bulging with fear. Hearing her screams, more people from the neighborhood gathered. When they entered the house, what they saw was nothing short of horrific. Ranjini and her two breastfed infants had been brutally murdered. Soon after, Santoma returned home. On seeing the scene, she began trembling and lost consciousness. Neighbors sprinkled water on her face to revive her. Someone quickly realized the seriousness of the situation and immediately went to the police station to report the incident.
You may be wondering why we are discussing a case from 2006. The reason is that in 2023, Officer Manoj Abraham joined the Kerala Police as the Assistant Director General. Along with investigating new cases, he also showed interest in reopening old, unsolved cases. In August 2024, this unusual case came to his attention. Welcome to the Real Crime Show. And in today's video, I will show you why the 2006 case file was reopened again in 2023.
In a place called Anchal in Kerala's Kollam district, on January 24, 2006, at 10 a.m., Ranjini gave birth to twin baby girls. Her mother, Santoma, was waiting outside. Hearing the news, she was overwhelmed with joy. But that happiness did not last long. Ranjini was murdered along with her children. A newly delivered mother and her two innocent infants. Who could commit such a crime? Who could be so cruel? To find the answer, we must go back into the past. 21-year-old Ranjini was known as a kind, gentle and friendly person. She had grown up struggling from a young age and lost her father early in life. Her mother, Santoma, raised her single-handedly while battling poverty. Life was going on somehow. Ranjini had just stepped into her youth. One day at a local fair, she met Devil Kumar. Devil Kumar was serving in the Indian Army and lived in the neighboring village of Olayam. He had come home on leave for a few days. Their acquaintance turned into friendship and soon Devil confessed his love for Ranjini. For a 21-year-old girl from a small village, especially one who had grown up without a father, this was no ordinary event. It didn't take long for Ranjini to make Devil an important part of her life.
Wasn't just Ranjini, her mother Santoma was also delighted at the prospect of having a son-in-law serving in the Indian Army. Who could have known that one day Devil Kumar would bring devastation into Ranjini's life? Driven by love and trust, the two grew intimate. A few days later, when Ranjini experienced some physical discomfort, she went to a local health center. After medical tests, she learned that she was pregnant. From that moment, the course of Ranjini's life began to change.
Ranjini was happy and wondered when she should tell Devil the news. Now they would have to get married as well. When Devil came to meet her, Ranjini happily shared the news, but the reaction she had hoped for was the exact opposite.
What are you saying? Have you lost your mind?
Why are you talking like that? Aren't you happy?
Happy? Why? Have you accomplished some great national service that I should be happy?
Devil, our first child is on the way.
Ours? No, yours. This child is not mine. Don't try to dump this responsibility on me.
What are you saying? This is the result of our love.
I mean exactly what I'm saying. God knows whose child it is.
Be careful. What you're saying is terribly wrong.
The mistake I made was the day I fell into the trap of a girl like you. Do you really think my parents would ever accept someone like you as their daughter-in-law?
Seeing this, you can probably guess where the story is heading. But no, the reality was far more horrific than you might imagine. The very next day, Devil abandoned Ranjini and left for the army base camp in Pathankot. However, Ranjini did not remain silent. Whatever happened between them, for the sake of her child's future, she decided to approach the Women's Commission.
The commission examined the matter and sent a letter to Devil. If he truly had doubts about paternity, then after returning from the army camp, a DNA test should be conducted with the unborn child. If the results didn't match, the matter would end there. But if they did, Devil would have to take responsibility for Ranjini and the child. Being an unmarried mother was already a stigma in society, and on top of that, she had been betrayed in love. Facing constant taunts day and night, Ranjini was forced to leave her village with her mother. In other words, she was compelled to move to Thiruvananthapuram without knowing that even greater danger awaited them there.
Coming to Thiruvananthapuram, the mother and daughter began living there. They also started visiting a local hospital regularly for medical checkups. It was at that hospital that Ranjini became acquainted with one of the staff members, Anil Kumar. Anil told her that his home was also in Kalyan district, just like hers. He began helping Ranjini in many different ways. There is a saying that evil often hides in familiar places, and Anil turned out to be just such a character. Why do I say this? Then watch how Anil, like a needle slipping in, tore apart Ranjini's hopes and trust as if cutting with a blade.
An unknown, unfamiliar city, finding such a helpful friend made Ranjini and her mother depend on him. Physically and mentally shattered, Ranjini once again found a friend in Anil. But in the meantime, Ranjini's doctor informed her that she was carrying not one, but 2 babies. Normal delivery would not be possible. A C-section, commonly called a cesarean, would be required. That meant a large amount of blood might be needed. Anil Kumar stepped forward to help. He told Ranjini that both of them had the same blood group, so there would be no shortage of blood during the surgery. Once again, Ranjini's heart filled with gratitude. Having found such a helpful friend, she opened up completely, sharing everything, what she was going through, why she had been forced to come to this new place, Devil's betrayal, and the legal case against him. Anil listened attentively like a true friend and assured her that he would set everything right. He even said, "First let your delivery go smoothly. After that, the 2 of us will find Devil together."
On January 26th, after Ranjini gave birth, Anil came to visit her with a box of sweets. Both Ranjini and Santoma were happy. Within a few days, as Anil suggested, they also moved into a new house. Just when everything seemed to be slowly falling into place, there is a saying that villains never run out of tricks. Suddenly, Ranjini and her children had to leave this world forever.
The police arrived and began their investigation. They started questioning witnesses. The first arrow of suspicion pointed towards Devil. After receiving the letter from the women's organization, Devil was already under pressure. If a DNA test was not done, the case would go against him, and if it was done, even more so. His job could even have been at risk. Anil Kumar also did not escape suspicion because he had unrestricted access to Ranjini's house.
Outside Ranjini's house, the police found a motorcycle. Checking the registration revealed that it belonged to someone named Rajesh. Now the question was this Rajesh the killer? Did he have any enmity with Ranjini and her children? As the police investigated further, they learned that Rajesh's home was in Kadiapur, Kannur. He too was a soldier in the Indian Army, and another significant clue was that he was also posted in Pathankot.
Further inquiries at his workplace revealed even more startling information. Rajesh had been on leave since January 6th. The police put 2 and 2 together. Devil and Rajesh were clearly not strangers. They belonged to the same regiment. The fact that Rajesh was on leave on the day of the incident and that his motorcycle was found in front of Ranjini's house could not be dismissed as mere coincidence. The entire incident was reported by phone to the Indian Army authorities. The response shocked the police even more. Both Devil and Rajesh had been completely missing for several days. No contact could be established with either of them. Even their phones were switched off. They were beyond all reach. The Indian Army officially declared Devil and Rajesh as absconders and deserters. Photographs of Devil and Rajesh were sent from Pathankot to the Kerala police. The police showed the pictures to Santoma. She immediately identified Devil from the photograph.
When Rajesh's photograph was shown, Santoma was stunned. Looking closely at the picture of the man named Rajesh, she said, "Whose picture is this? This isn't Rajesh at all. This is Anil Kumar." Everything became clear as day. Devil's friend Rajesh, using the name Anil Kumar, had deliberately built familiarity and gained the trust of this helpless mother and daughter according to a pre-planned scheme. Most likely, this horrifying plan was the brainchild of Devil, something that neither Ranjini nor her mother could have imagined even in their worst dreams. But now, the question remains, are these facts and pieces of evidence alone enough?
Doctors played a major role in solving this case. During the postmortem, they collected DNA samples from Ranjini and her deceased infants. The court ordered that these DNA samples be matched, but for that, Devil's DNA was essential, and Devil was absconding. To prove the primary motive behind the murder, it was necessary to establish that Devil was the father of those children. Once that was proven, it would not be difficult to show that Devil had refused to take responsibility for them. The biggest witness to this was Santoma herself. However, despite searching among family members, friends, relatives, and colleagues, there was no breakthrough in locating Devil. Neither Devil nor Anil could be found. The two men vanished like camphor. From 2006 to 2010, after years of searching, everyone more or less gave up, except for Santoma. She was determined not to give up until justice was delivered for her daughter and granddaughters.
Finally, Santoma filed a petition in the Kerala High Court requesting that the case be handed over to the CBI. On February 6, 2010, following the High Court's order, the case was transferred to the CBI. The CBI's findings matched the Kerala police's theory exactly, but the investigation again came to the same dead end. Where was Devil and where was Rajesh? Eventually, the Kerala police's reward of 5 lakhs was increased by the CBI to 20 lakhs. But did that bring any result?
In 2024, when this case came to the attention of Manoj Ibrahim, the brutality of the murders deeply disturbed him. He decided that no matter what, he would track down the killers. He dug through old files and retrieved photographs of Devil and Anil. He handed these 2 photographs to his technology team and instructed them to use AI to determine how these 2 men might look after a gap of 19 years. The team took 15 days to complete the task. Exactly 15 days later, AI-generated images of Rajesh and Devil were placed before Manoj. He then ordered that AI be used again to search across all social media platforms to find anyone resembling these faces. The team scoured nearly 50 social media platforms. Sometimes a face matched by 10%, sometimes by 40%, but the desired level of similarity was never achieved. Then, one day, in a family photograph posted on social media, an image of a man was found whose face matched the AI-generated image of Rajesh by 92%. The CBI team sprang into action. The photograph was from a wedding in Puducherry and had been posted by a woman. In the group photo, one man closely resembled the AI-generated image of Rajesh. Manoj shared this information with the CBI, and the Puducherry police were also informed. The Puducherry police began searching for the woman who had posted the photograph. Once she was located, she was questioned. She revealed that the person in the picture was her uncle, Praveen Kumar. The police quickly took the address and went to the house of Praveen Kumar, alias Rajesh. He was brought to the police station where continuous interrogation began. Another startling fact was that both Rajesh and Devil were married. Both of their wives were school teachers, and they were also good friends with each other. When they discovered the true identities of their husbands, they were left speechless. On January 3rd, both men were arrested and have been in police custody since then. After living ordinary family lives for 19 years, Devil and Rajesh were finally caught. The law will surely deliver justice to the criminals.
For 19 years, a mother is living with punishment, losing her daughter and 2 granddaughters in a single day. Those who also suffered punishment were the women who married Rajesh and Devil without knowing their pasts. After 19 years, they learned that the men they had built their homes with were the murderers of 3 innocent lives. Just imagine how great a punishment that is. This was today's story. To learn about more such mysterious real-life cases, subscribe right now to Crime Plus Bangla. Like and share to warn your family members and acquaintances. Stay well. Namaskar.